What is up, guys? It's Jacob Quad Hunting, and this is the 6th episode of our college football review preview show. So let's get ready to kick it off. And now we're here with the MSU analyst. Not really. Well, it should have been Colin, but it's me, so you're going to have to deal with it. So he did text me in his stuff and his predictions, what he thought about the game. So MSU played Indiana last week, and they ended up losing in overtime. It was kind of a shocking loss. None of us got that prediction right. We all thought MSU was going to beat Indiana, but we were all wrong. I think Colin just doesn't want to be on to talk about his team losing to a game they shouldn't have lost, but we won't tell him that. His secret's safe. Anyways, Colin did say he feels like the team's lack of energy is just spreading throughout the team. You can kind of see it, like they're just not. It almost looks like they're not trying to play too hard. I mean, I know that's all we're all saying that from the couch. We don't really know what's going on, but it just kind of what it looked like from an outsider's view. He said it doesn't look like the players are trying too hard. With BYU, he didn't give me a lot to work with, so I don't want to put words in his mouth, say he said them, but so some of the stuff comes from me. But he says he thinks BYU is going to be a close game. He's not real confident with the way the team's playing, and I wouldn't be either at this point. But he said it's going to come down to like the last possession. He feels like it's going to be a 24-21 win for MSU, to where in the beginning of the year you probably would have thought this would have been one of those easy games that no one would have thought would be an actual game. But we're in the 6th week of the college football season, so everything changes fairly quickly. So Colin's picks for this week are MSU to beat BYU in a close game, U of M to beat Rutgers, Notre Dame to beat North Carolina State, and then the Eagles to beat the Lions. Yeah, we're all kind of picking that one as well. So that's all we have for MSU today. We'll be coming back in just a second with Savannah and U of M. I didn't say U of M. That's all we have for MSU today. So coming back, we'll have Savannah with U of M to talk about their game against Wisconsin and their upcoming game against Rutgers this week. So we'll be right back.
Hey guys, I'm back.
And now I am joined by Savannah Bressman, our U of M analyst that we have. And this week we're going to talk about the Wolverines barely getting by the Wisconsin Badgers this last weekend. It was a game of two top 10 teams, Michigan being number 4 and Wisconsin being number 10.
They were number 8.
Number 8. So, yeah, two top 10 teams. And a lot of good plays in the game I saw. It was a lot closer than I wanted it to be. I mean, it's one of those signature games you want to come out and have a huge win. But Wisconsin did just put the beating down on a couple of other good teams this season. So they beat 2 other top 10 teams this year already, so they were going for their 3rd. And looked like it could be possible until Jordan Lewis seemingly broke physics.
Yeah, for real.
You were there.
Oh, I was.
What was the atmosphere like?
Oh, it was crazy. See, I always hope for games like that. I hope for close, big games like that because it keeps the energy in the big house just always on our feet. Like, we were on our feet the whole entire game besides, like, timeouts and stuff. We'd take a little break and sit down. But when you get those close games, you're always a lot on defense. And especially since we won the toss, deferred to the half. So that very first Wisconsin drive, it's going to be one of the loudest drives in the big house because all the fans, everyone's still drunk.
Yep.
Their drunkenness hasn't worn off at all yet. And everyone's still getting into it because you want that big play. You want that first drive to be the big play and the initial stop and set the tone of the game. And we were able to successfully do that and everything. And it was just crazy, especially like when Jim Harbaugh pulled out that true I formation. And
that was one of the best things I've seen this whole season so far.
Everyone was going crazy, and especially since it was kind of a crappier day, we were able to. Last quarter was under the lights, so that was really cool for anyone, and it's always exciting for people who have not been there to see it under the lights. And
because they've only started doing that the last couple of years, doing games later in the day.
Yeah, and so it's really cool to see that, and it was really nice to shut that out. There actually was surprisingly, like, not any boos after our kicker had missed 3 field goals. But I think everyone realized that Jim Harbaugh did not keep the same kicker out after the first one. He brought in one of his backups, and then he was not able to bring out the true freshman because he was not even dressed for the game to see that. But yeah, our kicking needs improvement. Our special teams went from up here to down here that game, which was really weird, and it kind of scares me for the bigger games. But hopefully they'll bounce back and get some kicking practice, run a few extra laps to show them that if you miss that kick, we're going to start running. And
give them more motivation.
Yeah, for real. I lost my train of thought. I don't remember where I was going. But I was really excited that it was a close game and it came down to like the last few minutes. It's better for being there. It gives a better atmosphere, and it's more of a sweet win when you walk out of there because you keep the energy high. It's super loud. It was really, really loud in there.
I bet. I was only able to watch it on TV, and I was only able to get like just quick glimpses of it.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even like able to sit down and watch the whole game as I was doing other stuff at the time. Just I'd come inside, check the score, go back outside.
It was definitely. I'm so happy I was able to go. I'm so happy it turned out to be a great day. They started announcing at halftime that there's severe weather in the radar because I mean it's mandatory. You gotta prepare them, and it said there was no rain for the rest of the day. It rained in the morning, and then they were like, all right, no rain for the rest of the day, and they brought up the severe weather thing, and Ben, who I was with, he texted me and he's like, buy ponchos. I'm like, we left our ponchos in the car for a reason. I am not spending another $10 on ponchos. I don't care. And so it ended up barely trickling when we left. And as soon as
that's always a good day.
As soon as the 40 seconds hit, I mean, the whole stadium just cleared out. They canceled the band show for after the game that they usually do, and they kept announcing that there's severe weather in the radar, and that's when the boos started coming. Everyone's like, just shut up, man. We're playing this game. And so it was really fun. And that interception, I just still can't even believe it. And then them, I mean, not even an hour after the game, they're photoshopping, putting the putting the Jumpman logo as him and changing the Jordan to spell like him with the U.
I saw that too.
If you watched after, I don't even know if they showed it live on TV, but you can see Peppers and him having a conversation. You can kind of see Peppers being like, dude, why did you do that? Like, we would have been up another score and everything, but then like Peppers is like, dude, that was awesome, but you should have done that.
I saw fans complaining about that because it was 4th down and you pick off the ball. I don't know if his goal was to pick off the ball though. I mean, I think he just put the one hand up. I think it was more of trying to just knock it down, and it just like stuck to the glove. And
I read it.
Have a game of the year moment or a play of the year moment.
Actually, they're arguing that interception is better looking than Charles Woodson's right now against Michigan State a while back. But I read an article with him, and they did a post-game interview, and they're like, so like, what were you feeling? He's like, I thought I caught the ball off the ground, but then when I reached my arm up and came back down, and I saw that I had the ball, I'm like, Jesus, I have the ball. And those are exact words. I mean, the article's on M-Line if you guys want to look it up, but.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think he tried to intercept it.
No, I don't think so.
But that's what everyone's like, you could have just knocked it down, give your team better field position. But like I said, I don't think he was trying.
I don't think he was trying at all, and especially that late in the game. Like, we still got the ball back. We still won, so.
We were already up at that point, so it wasn't like, it was like we needed the touchdown.
No, it would have been nice looking at the box score to see that we did go up that extra touchdown, but it's whatever. Nothing we can do now.
We still won 14-7.
Yeah, exactly. And I predicted it kind of right. I predicted that we'd win by 7. So.
You said it was going to be a close game.
I just thought there was actually going to be more scoring, but there was definitely a game of defenses.
So this week we go from playing a top 8 team to playing Rutgers.
Yeah.
And Rutgers has been on some pretty embarrassing losses.
Yeah, I hope that this Wisconsin win doesn't get in their heads too much, especially going into Rutgers. It's our first away game, so it's kind of nice that it's Rutgers because it's not like
gives us a chance.
Our first away game, we're going into Spartan Stadium and we're playing MSU.
It's nice to get I don't want to say Rutgers is a scrub team, but they haven't looked good this year.
Are, but
it's still a Big Ten opponent.
A lot of people say they don't even belong in the Big Ten, which I semi-agree, but whatever, nothing we can do about it. We're not the Big Ten Commission and everything. But
they are still a Big Ten opponent. Big Ten opponents try to bring it every week at least.
They're on their home turf. They just played Ohio State this past weekend.
Got embarrassed.
They're probably hoping that they're not going to get as embarrassed. So
it was like 59-0 or something along those lines?
I think it was 56.
Okay. I knew it was up in the 50s to 0. Rutgers didn't even score.
Yeah, so they're going to want to come out and feel kind of a powerhouse, show that they aren't just a joke, but hopefully Michigan can shut them down early and get that win on the road. That'll be nice.
A good high win.
Yeah, especially because, they're away this week. They're away the next week. They come back for a home game, then they're in Spartan Stadium. So
this is because last week was a signature win. It's something that'll help at the end of the year if it comes down to who should get into the Final Four playoffs.
Yeah,
that definitely helps. They would have liked to see more points though, like to see a bigger win. But Michigan needs to prove that. Yeah, that kind of just was Wisconsin.
Yeah, definitely.
And it wasn't
they need to come back. They need to come back out and start dominating again, and our offense needs to get in shape. Really, like our defense showed up, but I still feel like our offense is still not there fully.
It's not as consistent as it needs to be.
Yeah,
to be up in that top 4 teams.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a killer defense that dominates.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just our secondary might be one of the best secondaries in the whole country, but it also helps out if you have a good offense on the other side.
Exactly.
Run up the score more.
Exactly, and you want to give your defense that wiggle
breathing room. Yep, you don't want them to have to know one play could screw up the game for them.
Yeah.
You want them to have a little bit okay, we can make 4 mistakes and we're still fine.
Yeah, exactly.
So, final score prediction against Rutgers.
Well, if Ohio State put up 56 points on them, I'm going to say 45 to I'll say 45-6.
45-6, 2 field goals or a touchdown and a missed.
Yeah, I was thinking 2 field goals, so we'll see.
We'll see. All right, so I think that's it for this week. We don't have the other 2 Collins like we normally do, but I'm still trying to, if you guys won't hear this part if I do get their information from them, but if I don't, then that's it for this week. We're going to go into the predictions here pretty quickly. We're just going to do them side by side. We're not even going to do the crazy editing that I do usually, make it easier for me. This week we are adding in Grand Valley football. All right, sweet. It's Grand Valley football. We're Grand Valley students.
Exactly.
I like it. And it's the big game.
I love my GV, so.
So we have Michigan, Rutgers, and I'm saying Michigan. You've already said Michigan.
Obviously.
MSU versus BYU.
I'm looking at the records right here. I'm going to say Michigan State. Even though that loss to Indiana was very embarrassing, it was great as a Michigan fan, but it was terrible looking on the Big Ten. But BYU is 2-3 right now, so I'm going to definitely say Michigan State. I'm going to
say MSU also. And then Notre Dame versus the North Carolina State Wolfpack.
I'm going to say Notre Dame.
I'm going to say Notre Dame also. They did come back. They bounced back pretty well last week.
Yeah, they did.
Against Syracuse. And I think firing their defensive coordinator kind of helped out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say also Notre Dame. It's North Carolina State.
Yeah. They're 3-1, but really, where did they even play? So.
Yeah. Then Grand Valley this week takes on Ferris State. Grand Valley is the number 2 rated team in the country for Division II. And Ferris State is rated number 14. They're both in the state of Michigan.
Yeah.
Where's Ferris State located exactly?
Big Rapids.
Big Rapids,
so about
okay.
An hour north.
I knew they were close-ish. I didn't know how close.
Yeah, we're really close to them.
So, this is 2 top 15 schools going at it.
Oh, yeah, and this is the biggest game of the year.
This is the rival. This is like our second biggest rivalry.
Saginaw Valley is kind of not really. It's a rivalry, but it's not really when it comes to.
It's the battle of the valleys.
Not when we meet on the football field. It's not usually.
So would you compare this to being more of Michigan Ohio State or Michigan State? Or Michigan Notre Dame even.
I don't know. for the past couple of years, I'd compare this to the Michigan State.
Because they've been a little more competitive.
Yeah, and then I'd compare Grand Valley, Saginaw Valley to Michigan, Ohio State, since Ohio State has just been dominant on Michigan for the past couple of years, and we've been dominant on Saginaw Valley for the past couple of years.
So,
I mean, it's hard to, when you look at it as a school with 25,000 kids or a school with 6,000 kids. So it's kind of hard in the recruiting aspects.
Yeah. So, what are you thinking?
GV, get
I
well,
gotta say
Lakers.
GV too. I'm going to be there this weekend.
Oh, I wish I was. I have to go home, unfortunately.
Oh, this is like, hopefully this will be my first full game that I don't leave at halftime.
Yeah.
Because it's that, not bad, but we've just been winning every game so big this year. And then, finally, Lions versus Eagles. Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Eagles.
I'm going to go with the Eagles also. The Lions just have not been looking good this year.
No, they're the same old Lions.
Same old Lions, I agree. It's just this year's just look ugly. But I'll get into that more in my Lions prediction video. Thank you, Savannah. And now we will be moving on to Colin Lamore, who sent in a video this week because we weren't able to get together, but he still put his thoughts and his predictions and stuff in there. So let's get right into that.
Hey guys, Colin here. Welcome to my car. Had to do what you got to do, I guess. So Notre Dame, Syracuse. Defense was pretty sloppy in the first half, as expected. New defensive coordinator. They really came out and played in the second half. It was awesome to watch. Only gave up 6 points. Sure, it's Syracuse, but second half had a lot of good signs to it. Kaiser had an offensive showcase, which was really good to see. And it was really nice to see that there's a lot of effort on the field, left on the field. Kelly did a really good job of firing everybody up and making sure that everyone knew that the 22 starting positions were up for grabs. One question I do have going forward is, are we going to be able to get the offense and the defense clicking at the same time? A lot of great teams are able to do that, and Notre Dame just still hasn't, this season they still haven't been able to show that yet. It'll be interesting going forward to see if we can get that. For this weekend, Notre Dame plays North Carolina State in North Carolina, so Hurricane Matthew may have something to say about that. But if they do get to play, I have Notre Dame winning 47-24. Michigan State looks like they've got BYU. I've got State in a squeaker, 24-21. U of M over Rutgers, much like Ohio State destroyed Rutgers last week or the week before. Then Lions, Eagles. It'd be nice to see the Lions win, but they're not going to. Carson Wentz is just too good. I've got the Eagles 36-27. Hopefully by the time next week when we're making this video and I'm back on here, we'll be toasting a Cubs Division Series victory over the Giants. Fingers crossed. So I'll toss it back to Jake. Go Cubs.
So that is all for this week. That is the Week 6 preview show. Like I said in the last video, we're going to keep track of all of the predictions, see who ends up with the best. And as you can see here, this is the standing so far that we have this season, 3 weeks that we've been doing them. And yeah, so if you like the video, leave a like, favorite, or subscribe to the channel, leave comments and all that fun junk. And share the video with your friends on all different forms of social media. Make me famous. So, I will see you guys all next time. See ya.